Hey guys, Razor here, and today I'm going to show you how to farm Rivendare's Death Charger in Classic. Now this mount has a 1% chance to drop off a Baron Rivendare at the end of Strat, and it can take a bunch of runs. I personally got super lucky and got it on my 49th. However, I know there are people who it took 100 to 300 runs. So give it time, it will drop, and hopefully this guide helps you out. Let's get into it. First things first, you need the key to the city in order to get into the service entrance and open up the gates to do this run. And this is very easy to get. It is a 100% drop chance from Magistrate Barthilis, and I'm going to show you where to go to get that right now. The mob we're looking for here is Magistrate Barthilis, and he is located in one of two places. One being, if you go through the service entrance and open the gates, you'll notice that he yells and runs away. He then parks himself in front of the slaughterhouse on your way to Baron, which I'll show you that when we get there. However, I'm going to assume you don't have the key, so if you enter through the main entrance of Strat, this is the path you want to take to find him. So here's the entrance. We come right through. As you notice, I had to kill these mobs. They pulled on me as I was working on the video. So we're going to come through. You want to go straight ahead, try and avoid as much as possible. And then we're going to cut to the left, because if you notice to the right, it's closed and you need the key to get through. So we're going to try and avoid everything we can. You're going to want to go through this gate right here. Now this is going to close and you're going to have to kill some rats. Very easy. And then once the rats are dead, it should be another moment until the gate opens. This is on a timer. I mean, the mobs could still be alive and the gate will open. But just so you know, it's on a timer. It's not based off of what you kill. So we're going to come in here and we're going to want to take a right. Go ahead and try and avoid everything. Perfect.
Use live tap.
Oh, I'm sorry about that, guys. I always forget about that. That's probably going to be in more than one video. I do my mount farming on my warlock. Oh, and we got an A-bomb. No problem, let's get him. I would highly suggest also doing this not necessarily on a caster, which I'll explain why as I show the pathing, but it has been annoying trying to do this as a caster with some of these mobs. Having like Whirlwind or Fan of Knives would just absolutely make this so much faster. Okay. Now that we've dealt with aggro, we're going to want to keep going up around this corner. And then you're going to want to cut a left here and go into this big service gate here. And he is right here, standing in front of the church, and he will always be here in front of this church. So let's go ahead and kill him, just so I can show you that he does in fact drop the key that we need. Dies nice and fast. Okay, and there you go, the key to the city. That's how you get the key. Very easy, goes very quick. Now let's get into how you actually start farming Rivendare for this mount. So we've got our new key to the city and we want to start farming the mount. Where do we go? Now if you look on your map, there is a little cave right here, and that is where you want to head to. There is a gate here which requires our newly gotten key to open, and you open this, walk through, and the portal to the dungeon is right here around the corner. Boom. And this is where you want to start farming the mount. So we got our key, we've opened the gate, and we're inside, and we're ready to start farming this out. Let's get to it. So the path that I took is very simple. So once you're in, you're going to want to open this initial gate and walk through. We're going to use our boots and come around everything. Okay, so once you get to this second gate, Oh shit, did I not reset? Fuck, I didn't. I didn't reset. So we've got our key. We've opened the gate, and we're ready to start farming this bad boy out. Now, before we start, I just want to give you a couple quick tips that might help make your life a little easier. The first being is that
Use
being
life
an
tap.
engine. Oh my, fuck you and your use life tap. So we got our key, we've opened the gate, and we're inside, and we're ready to start farming this bad boy out. Nope. So we got our key, we've opened the gate, and we're inside, ready to start farming this out. Now, before I shut. So we've got our key, we've opened the gate, and we're inside. We're ready to start farming this bad boy out. Now, before we start, so we're inside, we've opened the, so we've got our key, we're inside, and so we got our key, we've opened the gate, and we're inside, and we're ready to start farming this bad boy out. Now, before I show you the pathing that I took, I want to give you a couple real quick tips that might help make your life a little bit easier. The first being is that having nitro boots on cooldown every 3 minutes as an engineer helps you blast through these so much faster. It is an insanely convenient thing to have, and I highly suggest using it if you have it. The second being, try to do this on maybe not a caster class, because the banshees and the spiders, they silence, and if you mess up and grab a group of them, that could be death real quick. Now, being a warlock, I had soul stones and stuff to kind of help with that. However, it was still a pain and still a nuisance, and this would have been much easier to do on like a rogue especially, but maybe like a plate wearing class who could take a lot of damage and sustain those silences. Okay, enough of that. Let's get into the pathing. So as soon as you walk in, you're going to want to open this gate. And as you open the gate, you'll notice Barthilis yells and runs by. So we're just going to want to try and avoid everything that we can. Now, on the plus side of doing this is that these mobs drop rune cloth, which is great for rep turn-ins if you're trying to really mount farm and don't want to go back and do all those old quests. However, for me, after about 10 runs, I stopped looting. It was taking too long, and I felt like I would be better off just pumping these out as fast as possible, and that's pretty much what I did. I got super lucky. It dropped in 49 runs, so I was actually, like I said, extremely lucky. Just don't be, I know I say this often, don't be disappointed if you don't get it early. I know people who, they took like, not 400, but they took like 100 to 300 runs just to get this thing. It has a 1% chance to drop, guys. Don't forget, this might take a lot of runs. So the first thing you want to do is come over to the Baroness and kill her. Very easy, she dies super fast. If you are a pet class, dismiss your pet, because she does this mind control, and it absolutely sucks getting stuck in that, because you're either stuck until the pet dies, and sometimes it bugs and you're stuck until that entire debuff is over, and I believe it's a couple minutes long, and that is so annoying to deal with. But after you kill her, you want to come inside and kill all of these acolytes. This is important because this is how we open up the slaughterhouse. I apologize. Okay, so once you kill her, the very next thing I did was come out and take a left. And we're gonna avoid all these guys, try and avoid the bats. Yep, perfect. Like I said, the banshees and these spooters will silence you, and they are so annoying to deal with, especially as a group. Try to avoid pulling them as much as possible when you are running through this, especially as a caster. Okay, throw up all of our dots. I apologize for that use life tap. I always forget about it. And I use life tap often, so I'm sure it's going to be in more than one video. So after you kill the Spooter and his Scarab, you just want to come in, kill the Acolytes again. For me, I'd just throw up one Corrupt and then keep it moving. Very simple. They'll die before you even get down the steps. And then you come out of here and you want to take another left and go through this gate. Now the gates are going to close and a bunch of insects are going to pop out. Very easy, you just kill them and then wait for the gate to open. Now you can boot through these, like boost through these. However, I suggest not doing that because sometimes they get buggy and they'll pull a bunch and other times they won't and they'll just go
Use
away.
live tap.
I found it a whole lot easier to just kill them and take a quick break and then move on. So let's continue. Once you get out of there, you're going to want to go to the right. And then there's one more mini boss to kill before we go to the slaughterhouse. So let's do that. Try and avoid as much as possible. Perfect. Okay, and we're going to want to kill these guys. You can avoid them by coming up the side here. Kind of like avoiding their aggro. However, they sometimes will pull and sometimes won't, so it's better off just to kill them right away. Because you got to come back out anyway, so if they're still there, it's just easier to deal with them now with the boss. Oh, I missed the skeleton. Okay, so we come in here, throw Corrupt on everyone. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Now once those are dead, the slaughterhouse will open, which if we come out of this one and hang to the right, that is where the slaughterhouse is. So if we avoid everything, yep, perfect. Walk on down here. Now, if you remember in the earlier video, I said that Barthilis will actually be parked on your way to Baron, and right here he is. And again, he will drop the key here as well. So, I mean, either way you want to do it is fine. However, I just assume you're going to be by yourself farming this out. So I wanted to include how you get it the other way as well. So now we just kill all of these A-bombs in here. Very easy. I just chain pull them. And the Bile Spewers, I believe, they will summon, yep, little oozes. And the best way to deal with them, if you're a Warlock at least, is to just throw up a seed and AoE them down. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Boom. Oh. I know you might be worried thinking I'm gonna die, but I'm not gonna die. I'm an Affliction Warlock. And I've done this run way too many times. I know I said it only took me 49, but trust me, that is way too many times. Okay. Go ahead and life tap, and then we'll pull some more. Go ahead and heal up a little bit. Throw up a seed. Okay, now, before you pull the very last one and kill it, you want to make sure that you're in a pretty decent spot health-wise and mana-wise before you kill him, because he's going to open up the door and the A-bomb boss is going to come out, and you're pretty much going to chain pull this one into the boss, because you want to run inside as the boss is coming out so the doors don't close on you. Can't tell you how many times I've messed up a run forgetting to do that, or just missing the door and it closes on you and then you can't get in. Super annoying. So we're gonna go ahead and avoid that, kill those oozes, and run into the door and pull him as we come in. I like to pull him down here because once he dies, 4 mobs are gonna spawn right up there behind the door, and you need to kill them in order to open this door here, which is where we're trying to get to. So, he's dead, and now we're gonna kill these 4 guys. Okay, they're dead. Go ahead and mana up, and then we're gonna heal real quick. Oh, wrong button, sorry. You don't need much health. I'm assuming you're going to be 80 doing this. I would suggest being 80 doing this because it is really easy to pull stuff at 70. I was trying and I gave up. I did like 2 or 3 tries and I was like, yeah, I'll just wait. And I'm glad I did because it is super easy to do at 80. So then we just kill Rivendell. Okay. Is it Rivendare? I said Dale, didn't I? It's Rivendare. I apologize. Oh, he just ate all the skellies. He's usually dead before that happens. And there you go. Killed him and looted him, and chances are the mountain didn't drop. So that's it for this video. If it was helpful, give it a like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys live on Twitch.